businesses and threaten them with a gun. 11, a Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy off the job.
How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Revenue. Before we start, I want to kind of would like the guys to check out the Anonymous Liberty Republic on Twitter. That's a new, well, not new, but it's kind of a reborn page. And if you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, please share this video when it's done. And if by this transmission you are the resistance. Thank you. I want to talk about an issue that happened yesterday. I watched. It was like right out of the blue. Blew me away because my hometown of Fresno doesn't have the best police force like LA and Los Angeles and New York and Fullerton, Tacoma, Philly, Chicago, Detroit. But there was a 16-year-old kid yesterday that got shot. Only 16 years old. We've seen many footage of people running. Okay, running. Cops have tasers, okay? Cops have tasers, right? Now, it seems that police officers mostly use their guns because they are trigger happy. But they're given tasers for a reason. If the person's running, just a taser. Don't shoot. Okay? But we see what happened to Tamir Rice. 12 years old. 12-year-old kid. Shot within 2-3 seconds. Cops just stopped and just got out. Pop, pop. Kid's gone. 12 years old. What the fuck, you know? And then you have Eric Gardner. Big guy. Didn't do anything wrong. He was trying to break up a fight. And they killed him for it. They accused him of selling illegal cigarettes. Illegal cigarettes. And they killed him by choking him to death. Kept saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. But cops made fun of him saying, I can breathe. Cops make a mockery of the cops make a mockery of the judicial system, law enforcement. I mean, what happened to that 11-year-old girl that had special needs? She was no threat. She was no threat. A child with special needs are not a threat. Okay, they're not a threat. Okay, simple as that. They're not a threat. The police officer said the girl was charged with assault on when she went brushed by him. To this record, assault. Does an officer know what assault is? You know, it bugs me because I'm tired of seeing cops abuse their power, thinking they're above the law. Cops are not above the law. Okay? I've said this many times before. Taxpayers pay their salary. Okay? Then if they're told this, they're like, no, you don't. To all fucking police officers, here's how you get paid, okay? The city gets money through taxpayers, okay? Tax, property tax, whatever tax it is. You motherfuckers get paid by the city through the taxpayers. The taxpayers pay your fucking salary and pay you when you're on administrative leave. Okay? It's stupid, but if I was a commissioner, I would say suspend his ass without pay for at least a month or 2 months max, just to see him how it feels to be powerless to do shit. Or put him on desk duty for a year or 2 years. Or basically fire the motherfucker. Simple as that. Fire the motherfucker. You know, there was a young man that had Down syndrome. Okay, they shot him. They beat him. Why? Why? Now, a lot of people across the country want a police reform. But it seems that the lobbyists for the police departments across the country is saying it will not work. How would you fucking know, motherfucker? How about you have a addition to the FOP? An independent, someone that has as much power as the fucking corrupt FOP, but independent, non-biased, transparent. But of course, the officers say, well, that's unconstitutional. Unconstitutional? How about you cocksuckers, the bad cocksuckers, who make the good ones look bad with your actions? Okay? You say it's unconstitutional. How about take people's cameras and phones who's filming your stupid fat ass? Because they want to hold you accountable for your actions. See, cops have found ways of wanting to stop people from filming. Like, it's illegal for you to film me. No, it's not illegal. It's a two-way street, you cocksucker. If you can film yourself fucking up, so can the people, you dumbass. People has the right to film you. You're a public servant like people in the city hall, records department. You're all city employees. Firefighters can be filmed. So can paramedics, as long as nobody gets in the way. As long as everything is going good. You complain too fucking much. Like, for example, I would see videos on YouTube of people knowing their rights, exercising their rights, invoking their rights, And cops get mad because they're not getting their way, because they're interacting with someone that knows their rights and using them well. Like, the person gets stopped inside the road. If they're wearing their seatbelt, hands it a wheel, 10 and 2, car's parked, turned off, hey, it's all good. They got their license, registration, and insurance in their hand like this. And they're good. Taillight's not out. Everything's good. No problem. Car, windows are semi-tint where you can see enough to see. Then all of a sudden, officer says, the reason I stopped you is because your window's tinted. And majority of the time, you can see through the tint. Legal factory tint. You can see through it. And they want you to roll your window down all the way. Now, here's what cops need to understand. The driver don't really have to roll it down all the way. It could be that much, and they're good. So the reason is, cops want to search your vehicle, just for the hell of it. Please roll your window down all the way. No. I am not going to roll my window down all the way. What if the window thing don't work? The window can go down only so far, say like that much. The motor in the thing works not very well, but you can get the window down a little bit, then back up. Along the work, but all the way, that's probably going to be a problem, because all cars have that button where window could go down and up. Out of the days where you got to roll it down yourself. Always lock your car. Always lock your car door. Because an officer cannot open your door without probable cause. See, cops can make up any kind of probable cause that they want, but it has to be probable cause to that crime, which most of the time there ain't no crime. No crime. But most of all, what does bug me is that these shootings that these cops do, they say it's justified, but the person's unarmed. Now, Freddie Gray, that's another one. The guy died within 24 hours. The cops broke his back, severed his spine. The guy couldn't move. And they tried to make it where he did it himself. See, a lot of reasons why cops do get acquitted is because of the FOP. They go to the DA and they pull strings where one of their own gets off. Why? Okay. I came across a video about 3-4 days ago. It was about the dark side of policing. And they had a story of this officer who was sentenced to 15 years to life, or something like that. and he was put into the open population. So before you go in, they already know what the fuck you did. And this former officer got shanked multiple times. Did he die? Probably. Because it's the one thing cops do fear, and that's going to prison. They think they're above the law. For example, Sokolow. What was it? That Sokolow, whatever his name is. The dude raped multiple black women. Up to, what, 10, 11 or so? And he got found guilty. He was charged, tried, convicted, and sentenced to almost 200 plus years in prison. The guy cried. See, it proves that cops, if you're that kind of cop, you shouldn't be on the police force in the fucking first place. See, this guy thought he was above the law. The guy was fucking married. And he did this shit? Oh yeah, you had cops doing this for decades. And you had one that was a Night Stalker, finally caught after almost 40 years. A little over 40 years and shit. Old man, he was a highway patrolman. A serial rapist. Finally caught after what, almost 40 some odd years? This guy was a police officer, a highway patrolman, dude. He got away with it. He wasn't just a rapist, he was a serial killer. But what happened yesterday to the teenage kid was not. It was uncalled for. If you're an officer and you're well trained, you went to the academy, you swore an oath to the Constitution. Okay. You're chasing a 16-year-old kid who's running for his life. And here you are, you're saying, well, I was in fear for my life. Bullshit, motherfucker. That kid was in fear for his life because of you, motherfuckers. 16 years old, unarmed. Took his last 8 steps, popped in the back of the head. One officer says, good shot. No, that was a fuck-up shot. That was a career-ending fuck-up shot. Kid's dead. Kid's dead. So shots like that could end a career and put your fucking fat ass in prison, motherfucker. But it's awfully known that officers do rely on the report, but the video says otherwise. So if you're an officer, understand that what you wrote in your report that you fabricated wouldn't add up if it's recorded on a surveillance camera or a footage by somebody. That means your fucking ass will go on trial for murder. And how about we end this blue wall of silence? How about we end this thick blue line? make cops accountable for their actions? How about make them pay some instead of the taxpayers? So, because I tell you what. Taxpayers are tired of paying for the officers' bullshit. Tired of paying for the officers' fuck-ups. Now this shot, oh, a real fuck-up. A real fuck-up. Cops don't think, they act. And plus, if you're a smart guy wanting to join the force, then we'll take you. But if you're a dumbass, oh, we'll take you. Because you're fucking gullible. So the thing is, if you're an officer and you fuck up, I bet you anything that your ass will be turned in anonymously. Because especially if it's from a good cop. A good cop. Good cops are a dime a dozen. Good cops are a dime a dozen. But the bad cops, wow. They are coming out of the woodworks. How you doing, BXA? How you doing, man? It's a prank. You is what? How you doing, man? How you been doing? I mean, you gotta look at how officers think. They don't think at all. You know, it's straight up that, you know, there are good cops out there, want to do the right thing, but it's the bad ones that put the fear in these guys. I mean, in the news last night, 16-year-old kid was shot in the back of the head. 16 years old. Took the last 8 steps, popped in the back of the head by a Fresno police officer, claiming, I was in fear for my life. Oh. You were in fear for your life, and you're a police officer that went through training. How can you say you're in fear for your life when you went through the academy? Went through training. Then you have this officer who tried to arrest a 11-year-old girl that has special needs and was told she's not a threat to nobody, not even to the officer. But he treated this girl, 11 years old, like a 6 foot to 6'5", 250-pound guy. That's how he was treating this girl. 11 years old. How can you treat someone like that who's not a threat to nobody? See, cops think that if you're not a threat to them, you're a threat. But if you're a threat to nobody, not even to an officer would red eye on you, seeing you as a threat. Why? They don't see you as a human being. They see you as a problem, a threat to their authority. If you run, if you book it because you're fear for your life, holy crap! A cop would chase you and run. All of a sudden, why am I running? Boom, boom, boom. Shoot you down because in their minds, by you running, only the anonymous Liberty Media. I'm at Anon now. But this officer said after shooting this guy down a few years ago, the guy's on the ground. He shot dead, and he ain't moving. He's seen, the officer is being seen planting a gun on the guy he just shot, saying, "Oh, I shot him because I was in fear for my life." Yeah, you were seen shooting the guy running from you who was in fear for his life. And then all of a sudden you were seen planting a gun on that guy. That ain't real police work, you cocksucker. Then the guy who filmed it, he got retaliated against. The cops arrested him. We're all anonymous, my friend. That's why I like to say a police reform. I want to see body cams that cannot be fucked with. I want to see police dash cams created. You're French. Awesome. I'm actually half Mexican, half Caucasian. I'm a chalupa. But you look at it, it's a excuse. Oh, I was in fear for my life. No, you weren't. The person running was in fear for his life. Now, let's get down to the people that were filming. Okay, for the guy that filmed Freddie Gray. The guy that filmed Tamara Rock, was it Eric Garner's death? What happened to them? They got arrested because they filmed an interaction that officers don't want it to be let out. Let me see. Let's see here. You see here? Let me see here. Yeah, noise. But it's pretty much that if you're really I'm American. I am American. what's your guys' thoughts on this whole tire bullshit? I mean, my thoughts are that there has to be some accountability. Huge accountability. No, the Constitution protects everybody. I'll respond to that. Now, before I go, I just want to talk about this recent story here. Instagram, yeah. Let's see here. I just think that there has to be accountability for any officer that fucks up, because you have to separate. You have to walk on a boundary between right and wrong. And it's very important to know. All of us anonymous are a collective. Huge collective. Accountability needs to happen. The Constitution is being railroaded, including the First Amendment. We carry these every single day. People use them to film cops fucking up, upload it to YouTube or Minds or Facebook or Twitter. And it's a huge. Let's see here. Let's see here. I have a anonymous Liberty Republic page on Twitter, and it's not just for myself; it's for the collective. And I mean, you have to look at the reality of someone wearing a costume and a tin badge and toys on a waist and shit. it's a question that we all have, and that is, why do people fear cops and don't trust them? For example, 27 years ago, Rodney King was beaten by a group of LAPD officers, and they beat him nearly to death. They beat him nearly to death back in 1992. And it was the first time ever seen on footage being shown. Someone was filming with a camera. With a camera this size. This size. This is an old camera. It's old school. But this kind of camera was used. Well, it's more bigger than this. It was more bigger than this. And they were filming cops beating him. And he didn't do anything wrong. So over the years, even in the new millennium, till now, 2019, filming the police has been an ongoing thing. An ongoing thing. Police would arrest you, accuse you of wiretapping, even though you're in public. You're in public. See, not even cops know the law. Not all. About 10 to 20% of cops that don't know the law. They just run. It's okay. It's cool, man. It's cool. No worries. And it's really complex on how a person acts once they enter the police academy and then leaves to join the force. You once you're in the academy, you're wired in that it's us against them bullshit. One of the reasons that cops do get off or quit it is because it's political. If they have any connections, any power, any strong local political connections, all I gotta do is make a call. You're off. That simple. But these incidents of this 11-year-old girl and a 16-year-old kid, teenager, not good. Each time this happens, it puts a black eye on law enforcement time to time. It's like the correctional facilities. Same fucking thing. Same bullshit. Same bullshit. But the officer in my hometown took one shot, hit the kid in the back of the head, who was unarmed, running. Took his last 8 steps. Got popped in the back of the head. Fell. Died. He ain't gonna get arrested. He ain't gonna stand trial, whatever it is. The kid's dead. The kid's dead. And it is wrong. These officers need to be held accountable. I say, once they go into prison, leave them in the open population. Because they don't deserve protection. They don't. You know, I think that hackers get more time. Jeffrey Hammond, that dude's doing 20 years just for hacking, exposing wrongdoing. They lock him up for 20 years. A 14-year-old girl who was defending herself against a rapist is doing 20 years for killing him. That ain't justice. That's a travesty. Huge, huge travesty. I'm Grandmaster Evan. I'm the founder of the Anonymous Liberty Media, and also one of the collective. I've done this channel for good to be 4 years this December. I've been at this for almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. I'm gonna keep doing it. You can check me out on Minds, MeWe, Holness, Tumblr, Twitter, Gab, and even here. Again, you could check me out on Minds, Gab, MeWe, Holness, Tumblr, Snapchat, and Instagram. Alright folks, this is time for me to go. I'm Grandmaster Evan. Knowledge is free. If you ain't down with that, we got 3 words for you. Go fuck yourself. Peace out. I'm Revan. You're not. Fuck you. I'm out.